So boy, do we have an update for you guys today. What's going on, guys? It's Ricky with TechBet Solutions. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. If you guys did not see what got announced during the pre-market session, QQQ went from lows of 575 to highs of 597. Unfortunately, we have not made new highs, and that's exactly what we're looking out for. If you did not watch today's live trading session with the LPP team, go back and rewatch it. We talk about exactly every step that we are taking in preparation for these unprecedented times. That being said, again, it's the second link in the description down below if you're not yet part of our LPP team. With that being said, let me catch you up to speed. First, President Trump, just a few hours ago, this was last night, ultimatum on Iran was set to run out within 24 hours. It was supposed to run out later today. Trump this morning, like clockwork on a Monday, again, we talked about this yesterday, all Trump needed to do was send out a tweet. 2.5 hours before the markets opened, if I'm not mistaken, Trump sent out the tweet, and this is what it read. I am pleased to report that the United States of America and the country of Iran have had, and over the last 2 days, very good and productive conversations regarding the complete and total resolution of our hostilities in the Middle East. Based on the tenor and the tone of these in-depth, detailed, and constructive conversations, which will continue throughout the week, I have instructed the Department of War to postpone any and all military strikes against Iranian power plants and energy infrastructures for a 5-day period. Again, what beautiful timing. The thing that I find just impeccable about this is that, first off, now his whole ultimatum ran out. Now, supposedly, right, there is no more ultimatum. There's a ceasefire for the next 5 days, just great timing. And that means that they can go back to attacking one another on Friday after the markets close into the weekend, where if attacks happen, they don't affect the market. It's like clockwork. You attack on a Friday and you pump up the markets and saying that the war is over on a Monday. It's what has happened for the past 4 weeks. And again, the worst part about this, and I really hope this isn't true, Iran's foreign minister denies any talks with Washington, accusing Trump of buying time while regional de-escalation efforts continue. Trump says talks are going well. Iran says there are no talks. What? Like, the conversation that we had today within our live trading session was like, there is no way that Trump can be lying about this, right? Like, there would be no trust behind his word any longer if he is actually found to be lying. Like, I get it that maybe there's been some white lies in the past before, or he says one thing and then does another. Trust me, I've seen that. I've called it out before. But this would be insane, where he says one thing and completely, knowingly, to manipulate the market, knowing that there is no de-escalation and that attacks can continue. Because that's really the biggest indicator, is that the conversation that we had today was, okay, well, how do we know who's telling the truth? Well, it's based off of any attacks that are reported. If there are further attacks that are reported, then hey, obviously something is happening, someone's lying, and the war continues. Uncertainty is bound to inject itself, right? But if there are no further attacks, then at that point, Iran can say whatever it is that they want. But if there are no further attacks, no more escalations, then the markets have every reason to recover, right? Because they were selling off due to the uncertainty of these attacks. They're likely to recover if there is no more uncertainty. And these were the series of events that unfolded themselves this morning. From the tweet, productive talks, we gapped up. Over $2 trillion was added to just the S&P 500. Iran denies President Trump's statement. We begin to see some signs of a retracement. And then again, it falls and it loses about $1 trillion. As of right now, although markets did retrace a little bit, they're kind of still holding. My big concern, where I think a lot of people might be uncertain, is that there is no progress on the upside yet. So where do we go from here? Well, I want to remind you on the larger time frame, markets technically are still oversold. They likely and tried to recover back to previous highs of 610 for QQQ. So that means that, again, if there is no further escalations and things do continue to get better, then markets have every reason to recover, and they definitely have the margin to recover based off of current price levels and previous highs. But if escalations do continue, then again, I'm sure the market is bound and likely to give everything it is that it gained right back. But that is what we're looking out for. So if you are uncertain right now and you don't know which way to go, especially if you didn't carry a position overnight, I would say that a moment like right now is you either stay cash or you stay light. Because again, we are uncertain if we will continue to recover based off of the truth behind Trump's post. But also, if there is truth, then there is no reason to short the market, because technically they're still oversold on the larger time frames, which means that they have margin to recover, especially if there is truth. So it's kind of in a pickle, right? We're kind of like sitting on our hands, waiting for direction to be more clear. But this is an exciting time to be watching the market. But it means that you actually have to hold back, set appropriate alerts, identify what will you do if markets begin to go up and de-escalations are confirmed, or if escalations are confirmed and markets begin to go down, what do you do then? Do you trim your position? Do you sell it all? Do you begin to short? Right? Shorting is definitely not for everyone. It definitely comes at a greater form of risk, but there's obviously so much opportunity there, not just with the overall markets and big tech, but with oil as well. Oil saw a huge sell-off today. UCO is down 14.6%. The inverse ETF, which is SEO, is up 14%. But again, if there are escalations, oil is likely to recover and the inverse ETF is likely to drop. So again, a lot of opportunity. And again, not just oil, but also the different companies that are impacted by oil. Airlines, up 5%, up 4%, up 7%. A very big day for airlines. But the question is, will it last? It's all based on the truth behind the statements and the claims that have been made. And again, just like we've said in the past before, no one can predict the future, but everyone can prepare for it. There's a lot of money to be made on both sides, both going long and going short. All we really need to wait for is the confirmation of what is actually happening. So let's not fight the trend. Again, if markets are likely to recover, let's let them recover and let's go with it. But if there is confirmation that escalations continue, then get ready for another leg down. So again, a lot of money to be made, but we need to wait for confirmation and make sure that direction is in our favor. I'll do my part in keeping you most up to date if you're part of our LPP team. And again, that's the second link in the description down below. Also, do not forget, if you guys don't follow me on Instagram, I do post a lot of updates there as well. And that's going to be the third link in the description down below. I appreciate your guys' time. I hope that earned your thumbs up. And like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take care, team.